In life, we often look for strength in external sources. We turn to the people around us, seek comfort in material possessions, or even try to control the situations we're in to feel secure. But the truth is, real strength is something much deeper than anything the world can offer. It doesn't come from external validation, from the approval of others, or from having things go exactly as we plan. True strength comes from within. It is an intrinsic quality that we all possess, a well of power that resides deep inside of us, waiting to be tapped into. At times, it might feel as though we are powerless. When life throws us challenges that seem too heavy to bear, we might start believing that we aren't strong enough, that we can't handle what's coming our way. But in those moments, we forget one simple truth. We've survived every hard day up until now. We've been knocked down before, yet here we stand. That resilience, that ability to rise again, doesn't come from the world around us. It comes from within. Understanding that your strength is internal can change how you approach life's difficulties. When you believe that strength is something you can cultivate from within, you stop looking outside yourself for solutions. You no longer feel the need to control every aspect of your life, nor do you feel dependent on others to hold you up. Instead, you realize that you are capable just as you are. This realization is empowering. It gives you the confidence to face adversity with courage, knowing that you have everything you need to overcome it. True strength is not the absence of fear or pain. It's not about being invincible. In fact, strength often reveals itself in the moments when we feel the most vulnerable. When fear or uncertainty arises, it's easy to believe that we are weak. But in those moments, we have the choice to dig deeper, to find that well of strength within us and rise above the fear. This is where real courage comes in, not in avoiding fear, but in facing it head on, trusting that you have the resilience to move through it. One way to access this internal strength is through self-awareness. Often we don't recognize how strong we truly are because we are so caught up in our external circumstances. We get swept away by our emotions, overwhelmed by stress, or paralyzed by fear. But when we take a moment to pause and reflect, we can reconnect with that inner strength. It's about quieting the noise around us and tuning into the still, calm voice within. This voice is always there, guiding us, reminding us of our worth and our power. By practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can strengthen our connection to this internal source of power. Another crucial aspect of internal strength is self-love. When you truly love and accept yourself, you are far less likely to be shaken by the opinions of others or by external circumstances. Self-love creates a solid foundation from which strength can grow. It allows you to embrace your imperfections, knowing that they do not diminish your worth. It also gives you the courage to set boundaries, to say no when needed, and to prioritize your well-being without guilt. Self-love also helps you develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go as planned. And while resilience might seem like something that's built through external experiences, it's actually rooted in your internal world. It's about your mindset, how you perceive challenges and how you respond to them. When you love and believe in yourself, you approach difficulties not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. A crucial part of internal strength is trust in yourself and trust in the process of life. When you trust yourself, you know no matter what happens, you will be okay. This doesn't mean that life will always be easy or that things will always go your way. But it does mean that you have faith in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Trusting the process of life means letting go of the need to control everything. It means understanding that you don't always have to have all the answers right now, and that it's okay to take things one step at a time. Ultimately, strength from within is about resilience, self-love, and trust. It's about believing in yourself, even when the world around you feels uncertain. It's knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way, not because the path is easy, but because you are stronger than any challenge that may arise. When you tap into that internal well of strength, you become unstoppable, not because you'll never fall, but because you know you will always rise again. Practicing self-love and using affirmations are two of the most powerful tools we have for creating a life filled with peace, confidence, and inner strength. Self-love isn't about being arrogant or thinking that you're better than others. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the kindness, compassion, and respect you deserve. And affirmations, on the other hand, are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reinforce beliefs that uplift and support you. When practiced together, self-love and affirmations can create a profound shift in the way you experience life. Self-love begins with awareness. Many people are not even aware of the negative self-talk that dominates their inner dialogue. We've all had moments where we've criticized ourselves harshly, perhaps for not living up to our own or others' expectations. Whether it's a perceived failure, a mistake, or simply feeling inadequate, these moments can chip away at our self-esteem. But practicing self-love means acknowledging that you are worthy even with your imperfections. You don't need to be perfect to love yourself. In fact, self-love often requires us to embrace our flaws and recognize that they do not diminish our value. One of the most important aspects of self-love is treating yourself as you would a dear friend. If a close friend made a mistake or was feeling down, you wouldn't berate them or remind them of all the things they've done wrong. Instead, you'd offer encouragement, empathy, and support. You'd remind them of their strengths and assure them that this moment doesn't define their worth. Why should it be any different when it comes to how you treat yourself? Practicing self-love means extending that same kindness inward, even when it feels difficult. Affirmations are a practical and powerful way to cultivate self-love. They help reprogram the mind to focus on positive and empowering beliefs. When you repeat affirmations consistently, they begin to replace the negative thoughts and patterns that have been ingrained over time. This process of reprogramming isn't instantaneous, but with repetition and dedication, it becomes easier to believe in the positive statements you are telling yourself. Affirmations work because our minds are highly receptive to the thoughts we feed it. The more we focus on positive, loving, and empowering thoughts, the more our minds accept them as truths. When crafting affirmations for self-love, it's important that they resonate with you personally. They should be statements that you believe or want to believe about yourself. Some examples of self-love affirmations might include, I am worthy of love and respect. I am enough just as I am. Or I treat myself with kindness and compassion by repeating these statements regularly. Especially during moments of doubt or challenge, you begin to shift your internal narrative. Practicing self-love and affirmations can be transformative, but it requires patience and consistency. In a world that often encourages self-criticism and comparison, it can feel unnatural at first to love yourself unconditionally. You might even find that resistance comes up when you try to affirm positive things about yourself. This resistance is a normal part of the process. It stems from the old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you but have been deeply ingrained over time. With persistence, though, those old beliefs can begin to lose their hold, making room for new, healthier ways of thinking. Self-love also involves setting boundaries and taking care of your emotional, mental, and physical needs. Part of loving yourself is recognizing that your well-being is a priority. This might mean saying no to people or situations that drain your energy, or it might involve carving out time for activities that nourish you, such as rest, exercise, or creative expression. Self-love is not about self-indulgence. It's about honoring yourself by making choices that align with your well-being. When you practice self-love, you are telling yourself that you matter, that your needs are important, and that you are worthy of care. Affirmations can also be used to reinforce your boundaries and your commitment to self-care. For example, I deserve to take time for myself, or I respect myself enough to say no when needed. These affirmations help solidify the understanding that self-love isn't just a concept, it's an action. It's something you practice daily by the choices you make, the way you talk to yourself, and the way you navigate the world. In moments of doubt or hardship, practicing self-love and affirmations becomes even more crucial. These are the times when your inner critic might be the loudest, telling you that you aren't good enough, that you don't deserve success or happiness, or that you somehow failed. But these are precisely the moments when you need to counter those thoughts with loving affirmations. Remind yourself that everyone has setbacks, but setbacks do not define your worth. Remind yourself that you are strong, capable, and worthy of love no matter the circumstances. Over time, as you continue to practice self-love and affirmations, you will notice a shift. You'll find that you are more resilient in the face of challenges, more compassionate toward yourself and others, and more confident in who you are. Self-love is a journey, and affirmations are your guide along the way. With each step, you move closer to the realization that you are enough, just as you are, and that the love you seek is already within you. Letting go of the need for control can be one of the most liberating decisions we make in life. We often seek control over our circumstances, relationships, and even the future because it gives us a sense of security. We believe that if we can just manage everything perfectly, we will avoid pain, discomfort, and uncertainty. However, the truth is, life is inherently unpredictable, and trying to control every aspect of it can lead to frustration, anxiety, and exhaustion. The need for control creates a constant battle between what we want to happen and what actually unfolds, leaving us feeling defeated when things don't go our way. Releasing the need for control doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It's about recognizing that some things are beyond our influence and accepting that uncertainty is a natural part of life. There is immense freedom in allowing life to unfold without trying to force outcomes or manipulate circumstances to fit our expectations. When we let go of control, we open ourselves up to possibilities we might not have considered, and we allow space for the natural flow of events to occur. Trusting in the process of life, rather than attempting to control every detail, can bring a sense of peace and ease that we often overlook. One of the reasons we hold so tightly to control is fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. We believe that if we can control everything, we can avoid these fears from manifesting. But the reality is that trying to control life doesn't eliminate fear. In fact, it often amplifies it. The more we try to force things to go a certain way, the more anxious and stressed we become when things inevitably go differently. Letting go of control is about facing these fears and trusting that we can handle whatever comes our way, even if it's not what we expected. The key aspect of releasing control is learning to surrender to the present moment. So much of our desire for control is rooted in worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. We replay situations in our minds, thinking that if we had done things differently, we could have controlled the outcome. Or we obsess over what might happen, trying to anticipate every possible scenario and plan accordingly. But this takes us away from the present moment, where life is actually happening. Surrendering to the present means accepting that what is happening right now is exactly what needs to happen, even if it doesn't align with our plans. It means trusting that the present moment holds value, even if it doesn't look the way we envision. Letting go of control also involves accepting that we can't control other people. This is a challenging lesson for many of us, especially when it comes to our relationships. We often want people to behave in certain ways or make specific choices that align with our expectations. But every person has their own path, their own lessons to learn, and their own decisions to make. Trying to control others not only strains our relationships, but it also robs us of the opportunity to connect with people as they truly are. When we release the need to control others, we allow them the freedom to be themselves, and we can experience relationships that are based on acceptance rather than manipulation. A profound shift occurs when we begin to trust in life's unfolding rather than trying to control it. Trust is the antidote to control. When we trust, we believe that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it in the moment. We trust that life is supporting us, guiding us, and leading us toward our highest good. This doesn't mean that we won't face challenges or that everything will always go smoothly. But it means that we have faith in our ability to navigate whatever comes our way. Trusting life allows us to release the tension and anxiety that comes from trying to control every outcome and instead embrace the flow of life with grace and openness. One practical way to release control is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to be present and to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. When we notice ourselves trying to control a situation, we can pause and ask ourselves, why do I feel the need to control this? What am I afraid of? Often simply becoming aware of these patterns can help us let go. Mindfulness also helps us stay grounded in the present moment, where we can make choices from a place of peace rather than fear. Releasing control doesn't mean we stop caring about our goals or the people in our lives. It simply means that we let go of the need to micromanage every aspect of our existence. We can still set intentions, take action, and make choices, but we do so with the understanding that we are not in control of everything. This creates space for life to surprise us in ways we might never have imagined. It allows for new opportunities, connections, and experiences to enter our lives without the pressure of our expectations. Ultimately, letting go of control is an act of self-trust. It's about believing in your own resilience, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way, and trusting that life has your best interests at heart. When you release the need for control, you invite peace, freedom, and a deeper connection with the world around you. You allow yourself to experience life in its fullness without the burden of trying to make everything perfect. And in doing so, you discover a profound sense of strength and serenity that comes from embracing life as it is, not as you think it should be. Nurturing yourself is one of the most essential yet often overlooked aspects of living a balanced and fulfilling life. In our busy world, where responsibilities and expectations pile up, many of us tend to put our own needs on the back burner. We are constantly giving to others, whether it's our family, our jobs, or our friends, while neglecting the one person who needs care the most, ourselves. Nurturing yourself means tending to your own physical, emotional, and mental well-being with the same care and attention you offer others. It is about giving yourself permission to pause, to rest, to recharge, and to embrace the importance of self-care in a sustainable way. When you nurture yourself, you are sending a powerful message to your mind, body, and spirit that you are deserving of love, care, and attention. It's not selfish to take care of yourself, it's necessary. You cannot give from an empty cup. If you are constantly running on fumes, overwhelmed by stress, or consumed with taking care of everyone else, you will eventually burn out. Nurturing yourself allows you to fill your own cup so that you have more energy and capacity to give to others, but from a place of wholeness rather than depletion. Physical self-care is the foundation of nurturing yourself. Your body is the vessel through which you experience life, and it deserves to be treated with kindness and respect. This means nourishing your body with healthy, balanced foods that energize you, staying hydrated, and getting enough rest. It's also about moving your body in ways that feel good to you, whether that's through exercise, walking, stretching, or dancing. Physical self-care doesn't have to be complicated. It's about listening to your body and responding to its needs. When you nurture your body, you create a strong foundation for your overall well-being. But nurturing yourself goes beyond just the physical. Emotional and mental self-care are equally important and often more challenging to prioritize. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in a cycle of constant doing, where we don't take the time to check in with ourselves emotionally. Nurturing yourself means creating space for your emotions, acknowledging how you feel without judgment, and allowing yourself to process those feelings. Too often we suppress or ignore our emotions because we are too busy or because they feel uncomfortable. But emotions are an integral part of our human experience, and they need to be felt and expressed. Taking time for emotional self-care could look like journaling, where you write down your thoughts and feelings to gain clarity and insight. It could also be as simple as talking to a trusted friend or therapist about what's on your mind. Sometimes nurturing yourself emotionally means giving yourself permission to cry, to release pent-up emotions, or to simply sit with your feelings without needing to fix or change them. By honoring your emotional needs, you cultivate a sense of inner peace and balance, allowing yourself to feel more grounded and centered. Mental self-care is another key component of nurturing yourself. In today's world, we are bombarded with information and distractions that can leave us feeling mentally exhausted. It's important to create boundaries with the media, social media, and other sources of mental clutter. Nurturing yourself mentally involves setting aside time for quiet reflection, meditation, or simply doing activities that stimulate your mind in positive ways. This could be reading a book, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in creative hobbies that bring you joy. Mental self-care is about finding ways to calm your mind, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of mental clarity. One of the most significant aspects of nurturing yourself is cultivating a practice of self-compassion. We can often be our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to unrealistic standards and beating ourselves up when we fall short. Nurturing yourself means offering yourself the same compassion and understanding that you would give to a close friend. When you make a mistake or face a setback, instead of criticizing yourself, try speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and that it's okay to have off days. Practicing self-compassion allows you to build a sense of resilience and inner strength, knowing that you are worthy of love and care, no matter what. Another aspect of nurturing yourself is creating healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your energy and well-being. It's important to recognize that you have the right to say no to things that don't serve you, whether that's in your personal life or at work. Many people struggle with setting boundaries because they fear disappointing others or being seen as selfish, but nurturing yourself means recognizing that your well-being is a priority and it's okay to prioritize your needs. Setting boundaries allows you to conserve your energy for the things that truly matter to you without feeling guilty or overwhelmed. Lastly, nurturing yourself involves cultivating joy and playfulness in your life. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not just endured. Often we get so caught up in the seriousness of our responsibilities that we forget to have fun and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Nurturing yourself means making time for activities that bring you joy, whether it's spending time in nature, laughing with friends, creating art, or exploring new hobbies. When you make space for joy and play, you reconnect with your inner child and allow yourself to experience life with a sense of wonder and lightness. In conclusion, nurturing yourself is an ongoing process of self-care, self-compassion, and self-love. It's about taking time to prioritize your own needs, physical, emotional, and mental, and recognizing that you are worthy of care and attention. By nurturing yourself, you create a foundation of well-being that supports you in living a more balanced, joyful, and fulfilling life. Letting go of the past can be one of the most transformative and freeing actions we can take in our lives. Our experiences, whether good or bad, shape us, and while they contribute to who we are, holding on to the past, especially the painful moments, can trap us in a cycle of regret, guilt, anger, or sadness. It can prevent us from fully living in the present and moving forward into the future with openness and possibility. When we hold on to the past, we carry unnecessary weight that drains our energy, stifles our growth, and limits our potential for happiness and fulfillment. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or dismissing what has happened. It's about releasing the emotional grip that past events hold over us. We often replay painful memories in our minds, analyzing what went wrong, wishing things were different, or blaming ourselves for how we handled situations. But no amount of dwelling on the past will change it. The past is done, and we cannot rewrite history. What we can do is choose how we relate to our past, how we heal from it, and how we learn from it. Letting go is about acknowledging what happened, allowing ourselves to feel the emotions attached to those experiences, and then choosing to release them. One of the reasons we hold on to the past is because it provides a sense of familiarity. Even if the memories are painful, they can feel safe in a strange way because they are known to us. The future, on the other hand, is uncertain, and stepping into the unknown can be scary. We might cling to past hurts as a way to protect ourselves from future pain, thinking that if we hold on to our defenses, we won't get hurt again. But this mindset keeps us stuck in a loop of suffering. It prevents us from experiencing the full range of life's possibilities, including joy, connection, and growth. Letting go requires courage, the courage to face the unknown with trust that life will unfold in ways that are supportive and nurturing. Another reason we struggle to let go of the past is because we attach our identity to it. We might believe that our past defines who we are, especially if we've been through difficult or traumatic experiences. We tell ourselves stories about who we are based on what has happened to us, and these stories can become limiting. For example, if we experienced rejection or failure in the past, we might carry a belief that we are not worthy or capable, and this belief can influence our present actions and decisions. Letting go involves recognizing that while our past experiences are part of our story, they do not define our entire being. We are constantly evolving, and we have the power to choose a new narrative for ourselves. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in letting go of the past. This includes not only forgiving others, but also forgiving ourselves. We often hold on to resentment, anger, or bitterness toward those who have hurt us, thinking that holding on to these emotions will somehow make things right. But in reality, holding on to resentment only keeps us stuck in the pain of the past. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful behavior. It's about releasing the emotional burden we carry. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the toxic energy of anger and resentment, allowing space for healing and peace. Equally important is self-forgiveness. Many of us are our own harshest critics, replaying moments where we believe we made mistakes, acted poorly, or failed to meet our own expectations. We punish ourselves by holding on to guilt or shame, thinking that we deserve to suffer for our past actions. But self-forgiveness is essential for healing. It's important to remember that we are all human, and we all make mistakes. Letting go of the past involves showing ourselves compassion and understanding. It's about recognizing that we did the best we could with the knowledge and resources we had at the time. Living in the present is another key to letting go. The past often pulls us back because we are not fully engaged in the here and now. We spend too much time in our heads thinking about what could have been or what should have happened. But the present moment is all we truly have. When we focus on the present, we bring our attention to what is real and immediate in our lives. We begin to notice the beauty and opportunities that are around us, which can be obscured by our fixation on the past. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing, can help us stay grounded in the present and reduce the tendency to dwell on the past. Letting go also involves releasing the need to control outcomes. Sometimes we hold on to the past because we think that by analyzing it, we can control the future. We believe that if we just understand what went wrong, we can prevent it from happening again. But life is unpredictable, and trying to control it only leads to more stress and frustration. Letting go is about trusting that we don't need to have all the answers, and we don't need to control every outcome. It's about trusting in the flow of life, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way. Finally, letting go of the past is an act of self-liberation. It frees us from the emotional baggage that weighs us down and creates space for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities. When we let go, we reclaim our power. We stop giving our past the authority to dictate our present and future. We become the authors of our own lives, writing a new story with each moment that unfolds. Letting go allows us to step into a future that is not defined by past limitations, but is full of possibility and potential. It's a process of renewal, where we shed the old and embrace the new, allowing ourselves to grow and evolve into the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. Embracing gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to shift your perspective and transform your life. It is the simple yet profound act of recognizing and appreciating the good things, people, and experiences in your life, no matter how small. Gratitude has the ability to bring a sense of peace and contentment, even during challenging times. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we open ourselves up to more joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for material possessions or fleeting moments. It's about cultivating a mindset that celebrates life's gifts, even the ones that are hidden in adversity. One of the key reasons why gratitude is so transformative is that it helps us break free from the habit of focusing on negativity. As human beings, we are wired to notice problems, challenges, and potential threats. This is part of our survival mechanism. However, when constantly dwell on what's wrong, we can easily fall into patterns of complaining, dissatisfaction, or even despair. Gratitude interrupts this cycle by shifting our attention to what is going right in our lives. It doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it's about balancing our perspective so that we are not consumed by negativity. When we make a conscious effort to notice the positives, we begin to realize that there is always something to be grateful for, even in the midst of difficulties. Practicing gratitude helps us develop a sense of resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and we all experience moments of pain, loss, or disappointment. However, gratitude enables us to find meaning and growth in these experiences. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I grow stronger through this?" Gratitude allows us to see challenges as opportunities for personal development, rather than as obstacles that defeat us. When we focus on the lessons and the strength we gain from tough times, we become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we express appreciation for the people in our lives, we foster deeper connections and a sense of belonging. Whether it's acknowledging a friend for their kindness, thanking a family member for their support, or simply being grateful for the love and companionship of those around us, gratitude builds bonds. Relationships thrive when they are nurtured with appreciation and acknowledgement. When we take the time to express our gratitude to others, we reinforce positive feelings and create an atmosphere of mutual respect and care. Conversely, when we neglect to show gratitude, we may take people for granted, which can strain relationships over time. Another beautiful aspect of gratitude is that it helps us live more fully in the present moment. So much of our stress and anxiety comes from worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. We often think, "I'll be happy when or if only things were different." This mindset keeps us from experiencing the richness of the present. Gratitude brings us back to the here and now. It invites us to appreciate the beauty of this moment, whether it's a simple cup of coffee in the morning, a smile from a stranger, or the warmth of the sun on our skin. When we practice gratitude, we stop postponing happiness and realize that joy is available to us right now in this very moment. Gratitude also has a profound impact on our overall well-being, both mentally and physically. Research shows that people who regularly practice gratitude tend to have lower levels of stress and anxiety, improved mood, and even better sleep. This is because gratitude promotes positive emotions, such as happiness and contentment, which can counteract the negative effects of stress. Additionally, gratitude encourages us to take better care of our health. When we are grateful for our bodies, for our ability to move, breathe, and experience life, we are more likely to engage in healthy behaviors such as exercise, proper nutrition, and self-care. Gratitude fosters a sense of reverence for our bodies and the gift of life itself. Incorporating gratitude into daily life can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal where you write down a few things you're thankful for each day. This practice helps you cultivate a habit of noticing the good, even on difficult days. It could be as simple as being grateful for the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the loved ones who support you. Over time, you may find that your list grows longer and your sense of gratitude deepens. Another way to practice gratitude is through meditation or mindfulness. By taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you are grateful for, you can create a space of calm and appreciation that sets the tone for your day. Gratitude is also about giving back. When we truly appreciate the blessings in our lives, we often feel inspired to share that abundance with others. This could be through acts of kindness, offering help to someone in need, or simply spreading positivity wherever you go. Gratitude opens our hearts and makes us more compassionate toward others. It reminds us that we are all connected, and that when we give to others, we enhance our own sense of fulfillment and purpose. In conclusion, embracing gratitude is a powerful practice that can transform the way we experience life. It helps us break free from negative thought patterns, strengthens our relationships, increases our resilience, and brings us fully into the present moment. Gratitude is a choice we can make every day, regardless of our circumstances. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we open ourselves to a life filled with more joy, peace, and abundance. The more we practice gratitude, the more we discover that life is full of gifts, both big and small, just waiting to be appreciated.